Okay, we are now live. Can I hear some applause? Thank you very much. Too kind people. So, welcome everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader. It is Friday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. So, I don't like to watch the internet and read the news on April Fool's Day because every news that will seem far-fetched might be a joke, and I don't like to be laughed at. Anyway, so today we are going to do, this is the special request Friday video. So, and I started to do them live, I think a couple of weeks ago. So I think it's fun. It adds a little bit of dynamism. So what I will be doing today is do technical analysis on 3 stocks that my YouTube members, the Daily Trader YouTube members, have suggested me. So if you want me to analyze a stock for you from a technical analysis perspective, you need to become a YouTube member and get the second tier of my YouTube member. And because I don't have many today, I have only 3 to do. Last week was a big week. We had, I think, around 10. So I'll do 3 today, and I might do something special. So if somebody from the public that is not a member of my YouTube channel, I will still do a technical analysis for you if you tip me $10, because I want to be fair with my members. They pay me for that. They pay me every single month. So if you want a one-off, it's $10 for you guys. So let's start. So the first stock that we are going to take a look at is General Motors. So General Motors, let's just pull back a little bit. We have some time today, so I'm gonna make it a little bit slower and give you maybe a little bit more information. So GM was going up since April 2020, pretty much like many stocks. April 2020 was at around $16, and now they are at they stabilized at $56 here, and now they are falling down. So what is happening with GM? So I had analyzed this previously, and I had drawn these downward lines that we call resistance, and the stock, what is this? I don't want this, sorry. What is this doing here? Okay. This is not an April Fool's Day. So I don't need this downward resistance right here. So this one, okay, this is a resistance that the stock could not break. If you look at it from January 5th, it could not break that line, could not break that line. Came very close to break it right here, March 3rd, but no, close but no cigar. It kept going down. But look at what happened. So the last day here underneath, so March 15th, something happened. And in technical analysis, we don't really care why a stock is moving. I understand that this might seem like something weird, because people like to understand, okay, why is the stock moving? Why is it moving? And the people that tell you why a stock has moved because of a news, they will pick and choose after the fact which news they think might explain the move of the stock. There might be 5 other bad news that day to contradict the good news, but they won't tell you that. So basically, we don't really need to understand why a stock is moving. We can look at the stock price and look at the patterns in stock price, and all of the news and all of the people's interpretations of those news will be factored into the stock price. So if we look at the stock price, we are in fact looking at everything else. We are looking at the news, we are looking at the interpretations of the news, we are looking at the inflation, we are looking at the war, we are looking at people's love for EVs, if we are looking at an EV stock, blah blah blah. So we are looking at everything that goes into people making decisions whether they should buy or sell. Voila. So anyway, so okay, let me just do something more a little bit here. So we see, we clearly see, I'm gonna put it right here. So we clearly see that GM was in a big congestion zone, huge congestion zone. When was that? It was, let me just put the number here, 64.42. So GM was in a congestion zone right here. You know, since January, since last year, since January 19th, between 50 bucks, 50.20 and 64. So it was just going back between these two lines, boom, 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 boom. Sometimes it did a head fake, you know, oh, well, I'm going to go higher, but no, the next day they came back lower, and it went quite low. So right now we broke this downward resistance right here. So here was a break. Here was a break of resistance. So this could be a buy signal. And I would have liked the stock to break 1496, which it did. But the thing I always tell my subscribers is that look for stochastic over 60. So if you don't have stochastic over 60, once you have a break in resistance, then chances are that that break in resistance might not last. So we did not have a stochastic over 60 right here, but the stock keep continuing and continued and continued and continued. And stochastic was still under 60 right here. But then we had one day where the stock went up like this and came back down. So this is, I'm going to tell you, this is a weird move here. And the stock just stopped right here. So let's look at what could have made this stock stop on March 29th. And if we look in the past, you know, we see this top here, we see a low here, a low here, a low here. So if we try to put a line to see if it makes sense, you know, I think this line here makes sense because this is kind of the double support for that congestion zone. But I also like this line right here on top of this top because this is exactly what the stock did. Look at this. So it bumped onto this, and now it's coming back down to 42.96. Stochastic is back underneath 60. So this was kind of a false move. So stochastic under 60 already gave us an impression that, you know, the move might not be right. And now we are basically back underneath here, and maybe we are going to go lower than 42.96. So that's a weird move, I would say, for the stock, and I would do something like this for the support line. So what I would say, and this is not financial advice. Good morning, Dan from Australia, and hello, Pattern Mixa. Nice to see you too. So what I would say is watch this green line here. Watch this green line here. If we maintain ourselves above it, then all is fine and dandy. Stochastic is not at 60, so there's a possibility that we just go through. So this is what you need to take a look at. So look at how perfectly this fits here. So this is the new uptrend for GM, in my opinion. So this is what the stock seems to be doing, and we call that a pattern because once you identify the boundaries that the stock is currently using. If you extend those boundaries in the future, the stock should be following these boundaries. So basically, this is what technical analysis is. So we analyze the boundaries, and most of the time it's right. You know, see here, this was a boundary, and it lasted from January 5th to March. So a couple of months. So if you can know the boundaries of a stock for a few months, that's great information. That's super great information, because you can short a stock that's going down and it should follow the boundary, or you can go long and it should follow the boundary, and the boundaries are also telling you when you should get out. It's when the stock breaks a support, breaks the lower line of the boundary. Boom, that's it. So this is why we do those lines. So so there you have it for GM. Okay, let me look at the comments a little bit. Good morning, Ella. Just became a member. Yes, fantastic. Well, thank you very much to you. You are so very nice. I'm doing this to help people. Well, I want to share what I learned. You know, I'm not the best. I'm not the cutest. I'm the second cutest. But you know, I like to share what I know, and if you know something I don't, you can share it with me too. So this is how the world should work. We should all help each other. So this is my analysis for General Motors. So let's take a look at Shopify now. There's something weird happening with Ecam Live on my end. It's a good thing that you don't see it. Okay, so Shopify, let's backtrack a little bit. So this is a Canadian company. This is also a Quebec company. So I'm quite proud of Shopify. They are located in Montreal, blah, 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 and in Montreal or Ontario. And I've known some people that work for them. So, so yeah, so this is looking a lot like GM. Huh? If I do something like this, yes, now we have something. Now we have something. So we touch here, so I start the resistance right here on this top, and look at how, you know, it's not a coincidence. Look at how perfectly this is touching this one here. It won't touch all of the candles, you know, but still it will touch enough so that you see that there's really a line that's happening. Look at here. This is pretty nice touch. This is a pretty nice touch. And here the body of that candle, and then once we broke outside of it, look at how the stock is really, this is hugging, and look at this one here. So yeah, so we were in a downward channel right here, and once you draw a resistance, you can always copy it, Control C, Control V, and there's a channel that you will discover. This is almost like magic. This is almost like cheating. I feel like I'm cheating when I do this, because I said, oh, yeah, look at this. The stock stayed. I'm still amazed. I'm still amazed. So the stock has been doing this, and now it stopped. And now it stopped and came back outside of it. So when you have a downward channel and a stock breaks outside of the resistance is the upper line, the support is the lower line. Once a stock breaks out of the resistance, then it does not necessarily mean that the stock is going to go up. It just means that it stopped going down. That's it. It's all that it means. It stopped going down. So if it stopped going down, there are two possibilities. The stock can start going up, or it can go sideways. So after the stock has stopped going down, we need to look for sideways action. So sideways action. So well, look at this support right here. Let me just change mode and identify what is that number here. So we already had the support line drawn. 664.85, and it looks like it's using that. And this is also a great example that we have stocks can have different patterns at the same time. So this downward pattern and this sideways pattern occurred at the same time. So look at this here. What did I say? 664.85. So so it started going sideways. It started going sideways above 664.85. So that's the support. And we had already drawn a resistance line, which is at 835. Wow, that's a big number. 835.24. So it now seems that the stock is in a congestion zone between 664.85 and 835.24. So the stock should be going sideways for a little while. We don't know until when, but we don't need to know until when. We just need to be there every single day when it happens that it stops doing that, and we are going to be there and act if we want to act. And I'm going to do something like this too. I'm going to do what I did at GM. So this is kind of a third pattern. The third pattern is that the stock is making higher lows. So this was a low here. This is a low, this is a low, low. You know, we can identify lows quite easily. And the stock is now making higher lows. Well, okay, I'm going to use this as a low. So the stock seems to be doing higher lows. So don't complain to me if the stock does this and then does this, because that's a clearer low than what we have right now. Right now we have pretty much a sideways action, so technically this is not a low, or technically every candle here on that line is a low, so we won't know the low really until the stock goes back up. Unless it goes back down and then goes back up, then we are going to know for sure. So this support line that I'm doing right now is temporary, because each day the stock is going to be above 664. That line should be doing something like this until the stock breaks higher, and then we can put that line for good. Oof, I'm sorry, but I'm getting very technical today. Very, very specific and technical today. So yeah, so I'm just qualifying the fact that this line is, I cannot say for sure that it's there, because this is not really a low. And stochastic is above 60. So this is really great. So this is giving confidence into this move, you know, that the stock did from 512 to 700. So this is giving validity to the move. So you know, I don't want to give financial advice, but if I wanted to get into GM, I would get in right now, because we came outside of that resistance and we seem to be respecting the support line. So I would get in right now. And because stochastic is over 60 because of what I mentioned, but I would get out if we break 664. So that's a low risk trade. You get in at 687 and you get out just outside of it at 653. So yes, there's a loss of $40 because we are dealing with high numbers here. We are dealing with high numbers, but $40 out of 700, you know, is not that much in terms of percentage. And each time you enter a trade, you know, you are risking money. you are risking money. If you don't want to risk money, don't trade. But each time you are buying something or selling something, you are risking it. So you need to be comfortable with it, and you need to decide how much risk you want to take. So when should I come out of that trade? So buying at support is a great way to limit your risk, because the stock is resting on something, and if it does not go in the direction that you want, then you can know right away and get out. If you buy a stock after it has gone like this with 1 or 2 or 3 green candles, then this is very risky, because if it does a pullback to support, you are going to suffer a lot. Okay, so that's it for I'm playing with those sounds. I just discovered them, so I might be annoying. Let me look at some of the comments that we have. I looked so many videos, and today I signed the membership just to thank you. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's well appreciated. If you like, I would really appreciate if you could analyze Finch. It's a mining company from Australia. Okay. So I'm gonna trust your word, Patermixa. So I'm gonna sorry, which company is this? Finch. Okay, I'm gonna do it after this one here. So that's another one that was suggested by one of my members, Polymet Mining Corporation. Okay, so mining stocks are, they are very hard to trade. They are very hard to trade because look at the spikes that they do. They go super high, super low, super high, super low. They are all over the place. So yes, we can still do technical analysis on them, but it swings so much. And if we go to the 1 hour chart, does that help? Yeah, it helps a little bit on the 1 hour chart, because you have 8 times the precision on the 1 hour chart than on the daily chart. So that's one way of dealing with them. Okay, let's go on the daily chart here. So okay, so let's look at what happened in the past a little bit. So here we had a congestion zone again. So a congestion zone is just 2 horizontal lines where the stock was stuck between. So 305, it's writing 305, and then 396, 305 and 396. So the stock was stuck between the two, blah, 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 blah. But mostly at the bottom of it. Then came outside of it, but then came back into it. So, okay, it came back into it. And see this candle here, March 11th. So this long wick here is touching perfectly 396. So this is a way for the stock to say, oh, I respect the congestion zone because I'm touching 396 and I'm not going higher. So this is basically the buyers not wanting to buy higher than 396, because the sellers are willing to sell at any price, at $4, at $5, at $6. They are willing to sell at any price. But it's the buyers that prevent the stock from going up. And the buyers unanimously thought that paying over 396 was too much. This is what they thought, because they did not do it. Except they started doing it 2 days ago. So 2 days ago, they started paying higher than what they wanted to pay before. Why? Well, maybe there's the earnings, or maybe they know something that we don't. So what if they do some, what if they know something that we don't? Well, we don't need to care that much. We can just follow them. So basically, this is what technical analysis is we are following the herd. So if all of the sheeps are going in one direction, and I should not use sheeps because sheeps has a negative connotation, has people that as dumb animals, blah blah blah. This is not what I mean. So we have very smart people that are buying stocks. So so this is just to explain the concept behind technical analysis, is that we are basically analyzing the psychology of the people. So people did not want to pay more than $3.96 here, and they were just okay paying around $2 here, and then it started to change. They started to be willing to pay a lot more, like from $2.60 to $4. They wanted to pay a lot more, and look at the volume of people that wanted to pay more. So March 8th, 18 million shares were bought at over $3.96. So something's going on. Something is going on. And we cannot know everything. It's impossible to know everything. Maybe it's an insider trading. Maybe it's just someone that just had a hunch. But the fact is that the prices are getting higher and higher. So they are getting higher here, but now they are starting to get super high. So that's very interesting in itself. Okay, let me just I'm rambling a lot today. So the stock went as high as 479, but now yesterday it went as high as 445. So the highs are getting lower and the lows are getting higher. So the stock is stuck in what we call a symmetrical triangle, and the stock should be doing something like this and then decide at some point. Decide this or decide that. Boom. So I would just wait to see what is happening. So is it the buyers that are going to win, or it's the sellers that are going to win? We don't know yet. And look at stochastic also at the same time. Stochastic still at 62, so this is still good. Okay, so that's it for this one. Okay, what do you think of Tesla gap deliveries could create of Tesla gap? Okay, let me go see that Tesla gap. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes, that's a very good point. So Tesla could be filling that gap. That's entirely possible. So you need to factor that in. So at 1023.11, you need to factor that in terms of the pullback. So we could pull, I would prefer Tesla pullback at 1054.69. This is what I would prefer. I like things that are tidy, but you are super right. We could definitely pull back down to 1023, which would coincide with this first channel resistance or second channel support. It would coincide with this, huh? So if it takes a couple more days, then if it comes back to this, we are on the second channel support. So that's perfectly so this can happen. This can definitely happen. And for Tesla to go from 1085 to 1029, that's $60 there. $60 is approximately $6,000 per option. So maybe there's a $6,000 here to be had if one would decide to buy a put and let it go down. I'm just saying. So that was Arnold the Palmer. So I guess you are a golfer, or at least you love golf. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. I always look forward to your videos. Thank you very much, Jacob Clapper. You seem to be a pianist. I used to play the piano too. I have one there. Palantir, please. Palantir, you are so funny, Raj Paul. I do a Palantir and Tesla video every single day, and I did one 30 minutes ago, so you can take a look at it. The Daily Trader, just go on my YouTube channel and look at the Palantir video. It's all done. Okay, so Li, not asking, lucky, let me share this. Not asking to analyze, but I did take some low risk options today and got into July puts for CLF. Okay, okay. I'm watching for some July. Okay, well, you're not asking for an analysis, huh? So if you're not asking, I cannot make a comment if I don't look at the stock prices. I'm sorry. Well, thank you very much. But if you become a member, then you can ask me to do an analysis on XLU and all of that. Eli. Okay, so where was I? So let me go back to the request. So we did PLM, and we have our new member. So these applause are for you. So we have one new member. So I'm gonna do your company. What is the company? Finch. Let me see. I have a hard time looking at it in the comments. Okay, Finch. Okay, Finch. Let me see if I cannot make a ASX Australia. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay. Wow. Okay, so with the mining companies, we can make a lot of money because the stock, you know, they are so cheap at some point, and they can multiply very, very fast. Okay, so this is kind of a parabolic curve, huh? So what I tend to do when I have this is I do several lines. I do several support lines because the stock has been using different speeds, different gears. Different gear. The first gear is this, you know, this is a low here and this is a higher low here. This is one gear, and then it started the second gear. Second gear was right here. We had 3 touches on that second gear, almost 4, you know, 1, 2, 3, and okay, let me see. So now we are, I don't like that it's coming down here, so this is what's bugging me a little bit. So yeah, we can say that there's another one here. I like things to be precise, and when it's not precise, I'm okay. This is better. So sometimes we have a double support. So we have a support that is used at some times, and we have a higher support that's used at other times. So this is a good example here. August 3rd, this is a, you know, this is a higher support than this one, but they are very similar. So I created that term, a double support, because it reflects what I see. Okay, so I would do something like this. So this is basically the channel the stock was in. So since March of last year, nice channel, and the stock was going up and down in zigzag, it would seem, but the broad boundaries were very clear. So the boundaries were clear, except with this thing here. So there's a little bit of a snafu here. It happens, you know, but then the stock came back into it, and now it's going It's going super high, super fast. So something is happening here. Minus 3 cents date. So I guess they had some financials reveal. I don't know anything about that company, but the revenues are definitely increasing. 109 million compared to last year at 20 million. So something is definitely happening with that company. So what I would do here, I would also do this thing here. So look at the speed. So the speed of increase in the stock can be computed by computing the slope of the support lines. So first slope, second slope, third slope, and now we have a fourth slope. So the stock is really starting to go super high and super fast. So okay, in that case, so the stock has already gone quite far, quite fast, and look at the channel it's in right now. So if you want to get in, this is going to be risky, but it might still work. It might still work. So it's so you can have risk and have a high reward, and sometimes you can just have a bunch of risk. But here the stock has gone super high, super fast. It seems like it could slow down onto that resistance right here. So of course you can buy the stock right now. You can buy the stock right now and maybe make a lot of money. I don't know, but I'm just talking in terms of risk reward ratio. So the stock could be stopping here and coming back down. So that would be your best scenario. So in terms of risk, so because the support, the resistance line is so close that the stock could just bump on this and go sideways. So it's possible that it does a little bit of a pullback and then goes sideways until it reaches support and comes back up again. So if you had a magic wand, I would wish the stock to do that, so that you could buy close to support, because this is less risky, because then you need to get out if the stock goes over support, goes through support. But sometimes I have bought stocks like this when they were super high and they went higher. So this is why I don't give financial advice, and I don't tell people, well, you should buy and you should sell, because it's a very personal decision based on the amount of money that you have, the amount of money that you are willing to risk. And you might know something I don't know about that company. If you know that they are going to get a contract in 2 weeks, well, I would still get in at this point. But not knowing anything and just looking at technical analysis, I would be a little bit afraid. Except there's one scenario that could be interesting, is that if it breaks that resistance. So if it breaks that resistance right here, it means that it's even stronger than that channel. And if it breaks that resistance, chances are that it's going to go even higher. So this area here can also be seen as a buy signal, as this area here, if it goes back to support. Voila. So there you have it. Let me play my little sound. So this is just a magic dust to wish you great trading. Well, thank you very much, Eli. Not sure if you've covered this, but what's your outlook next week for Tesla after the Q1 delivery numbers come out? Yes, I almost forgot about that. So Tesla should be coming out with their numbers, and to me, okay, this is not technical analysis anymore, because technical analysis is going to tell us what people are thinking about the Tesla numbers. case in point, case in point, case in point. Yeah, this is a great case in point for technical analysis and against fundamental analysis, because, you know, right here, when Tesla had a nice earnings surprise and revenue surprise, fundamental analysis would have said, well, Tesla is doing great, I should buy the stock. I should buy the company because the stock should go up because they had great news. What did happen? The stock went from 945 and down to a low of 767. So this is one reason why we don't need to understand why a stock is moving up or down, because Tesla on the next day, so Tesla on January 27th should have gone up. It should have gone up because it had great news. It should have gone up. It did not. Why? Well, it's because of the war. It's because of inflation. Yeah, okay. So see how hard it is to factor in all of the news, because some news are positive and some are negative, and then you need to say, well, okay, this positive news is worth $10 a share, and this negative news is worth minus $20 a share, so the stock should lower by 10. You cannot do this. Nobody can do this. But look at how you could almost predict, well, look at how you could see the pattern. Well, okay, the stock is not going up. It opens super low at 800, which is, by the way, the support of the first channel. Anyway, so I'm just rambling again about technical analysis. So okay, so I'm talking about Tesla for free because I do Tesla for free every single day. So EU, you don't have to pay anything, and voila. So Tesla, the delivery numbers. Well, I think that the delivery numbers should be higher than they were last time, because well, not because of Berlin factory, because this won't get factored in terms of car numbers until maybe the end of the year. So significant car numbers, but of course, I think this could get the stock to just fly off. It could. So yeah, this is great. So this is going to be interesting very interesting. Many thanks. I began buying the stock from okay, you mean your Finch thing? Wow. Well, okay. Well, if you are in it, stay in it because it's going crazy. Geo Mission, it's $10. So I make a special. So I do this technical analysis for stocks that my YouTube members suggest to me, but because I only had 3 this week and 4 with pattern mixa, then it's $10, and I should be able to see if you I don't know how to do that here. I'm just trying to take a look at this live to see if I get some analytics on my end. I don't know where I need advanced mode. Is that it? No. I'm sorry, I'm taking some time to learn this as I go here. View live in control room. Okay, so welcome to special request. Okay, this is nice. Okay, I see. Okay, wow, this is nice. 17 current viewers. How much? It's $10, my friend. So I'm gonna see it here if you do it. So if you want to do it, you should do it soon, because this will be the end of this live. I've been talking for a long time. Let me look at the comment from Pater Mixov. They are planning a spin-off soon with Gang Fang. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So this is a nice little stock tip from Pater Mixov. Art, please. Well, yes. So I can do ARC if you pay the $10, or if you become a member. If you become a member, then I can do that too. I'm gonna wait for 1 more minute to see if you decide to act, and then it's gonna be the end of this live. So let me go back to this here. Okay, sorry. So I guess let me take a last look. Okay, so I guess this is going to be it for this live. So thank you very much, everybody. So remember, you can become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. I use technical analysis to analyze Palantir and Tesla every single weekday. And for my members, I have some other little perks that you can get value from. So happy April Fool's Day. I'm going to wish you a great weekend. We are going to talk Monday or Sunday, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.